What's up, y'all? You're watching Brooklyn Shuffleboard, and we are out here at the finals of the 2026 New York Shuffleboard Association Thanksgiving Doubles Tournament. We're about an hour behind schedule, so that's not too bad. The third place speed shuffle just wrapped up. That's what's going on over here. And on court 5 at Royal Palms, Brooklyn over here, we are about to start the finals. It is going to be Carly and Doug versus Chase and Doug. I haven't been here, but I assume both of these teams have been playing really, really well because they're in the finals. Great content so far. I'm off to a great start. So yeah, they're going to coin flip. The match format is a little different from what you've seen on the channel. We're doing 12 frame games. I think it just kind of like worked out timing wise with the number of people and the length of time that we had the space. But they are going to switch color halfway through those 12 frames. And yeah, like I'm going to walk you through sort of like the mindset behind a lot of the shot making that's happening here. A big part of this channel is to help elevate the Brooklyn shuffleboard community through a strategy-focused match commentary. We have a lot of people in our Monday and Tuesday night Royal Palms Brooklyn leagues who have just been starting out and are going against people that have 11, 12 years of experience like myself. And this channel is really to help elevate those newer and sort of like middle range players with the going-ons in my head as someone who's been playing 12 years and just so happens to be the third best shuffleboard player in the world currently. All right, so so yeah. Also, this is gonna be we're gonna have some cameos here, not yet, but in a little bit we're gonna have some cameos with friendly faces. Oh, we got Drew over here cutting in. What do you want to say to the people?
Look, Valentine's winner last year. So excited that there's amazing teams coming on, going on. But really, really good match coming up. But Jeff is a monster. He's so good. So at the end of the day, it's so great to be here. So great that everybody's watching. And like, we lost to Chase and Jeff. So
Chase and Doug.
Chase and Doug, that's what I said.
I got you.
Chase and Doug. And so we're hoping they win, but like, Carly and Doug, what a good matchup. Let's go.
Let's go. We're going to check in with him throughout the broadcast as someone who is loving life right now, enjoying this beautiful Sunday at the Palms. And right now the players are doing warm-up shots. I've got to update a quick thing on the – actually, why don't you talk to him a little more? I need your help for a second. I got to update one thing. I'll ask you a quick question, though. Here, I'll hop on a little bit. So as someone who won last year, what does it take after a long day of everything going really well, you get to the finals, what does it take to get over that last hump and win the whole thing?
Really, it's this is a new court for everybody. So we've been following Chase and Doug ever since they beat us, which is it a revenge thing? You know, I don't know. You follow people and you root for them when they beat you, right? But they have not played on this court yet. So court 5, we all know, is a little bit tricky. We play them on other courts here where the drifts are more predictable. But, you know, Doug and Carly are old school players. They've been here around for a while. They've been in these like finals for a while. And so this is one of those matches where this is just people that have played a long time. They're going out there. They're doing their thing, and I feel like there's no favorite here. Either one of them could win right now. If you want to take me up on, you know, maybe one or the other, text me. We could do some bets. We could do some like gambling.
Give your personal cell number on this live broadcast so people could text you if they want to bet money on this game. Also, what's your Venmo?
All right. I'll take that back. But okay. I've been goofing, I've been saving some time, but so excited to be here. Honestly, Chase and Doug have been playing an amazing tournament. If you've been here before, Carly and Doug are such good players. It's going to be an awesome finals, so I'm excited for you guys to watch. I hope that Jeff gives me the mic back because I'm going to make some jokes, or not so much now, in a little bit. Excited.
Yeah, he has like a tight 5-minute stand-up routine he's going to do after the eighth frame over here. Roger has a tight 5. That might be a little bit too blue for the YouTube live stream. All right, cool. So we're getting this thing going. What's up to everyone in the chat? Yeah. Also the bowling pin game mentioned in the chat over there. We actually play a version of that too, but we do it with empty beer cans. And it's a super fun version of the game. If you haven't heard of the can game or the bowling pin game, find someone. Actually, find Doug Voss. He's like, that's his favorite game is can game. Oh, man, he loves can game. All right, sick. So, yeah, we're doing warm-up shots. We're on court 5. I'm going to talk to you all about the court 5 drift a little bit. Court 5 curves to the left a little bit, especially if you're shooting down the yellow side. However, if you are on the black side and you're all the way to the very, very edge of the court, there is a little rightward curve. So the head, which is like the side of the court furthest from us, from the camera where the scoreboard is, if black is all the way on the right side and they're shooting down also the right side of the board, it'll curve right a little bit into towards the alley. And kind of the same thing if you're starting at the foot on yellow, aiming at the left side. So that's all I really remember of this drift. We're gonna get this baby going, I think. Yeah. Yeah. What's up? So yeah, what do we got? What are we doing on? They're chilling. Oh no, Doug has his warm-up shots. All right. Why don't I talk a little bit about warm-up shots here? We only get 4 at Royal Palms, Brooklyn. And 4 is not a lot to like really learn the drift of the court. So for me personally, as you see Doug kind of make an 8 on the right, for me, I'm not really trying to like do clear and replace stuff. I'm trying to figure out the speed of shooting an 8 or a 7, and then also looking at where I'm aiming and where the disc ends up, and remembering that that is the amount of drift left or right. And you can see Doug's first 8 down the left ended on that sideline, so the leftward drift that I mentioned earlier. And then his second one, I think he was trying to kitchen it, and he whiffed left again. So that left edge of the court, you could see definitely curves towards the alley over there. All right, sick. Frame 1 of 12. All right, sick. I'm just confirming the 12-frame game. Carly throwing up a St. Pete that goes a little long. Knowing these players, it's actually going to be like a contrasting of styles, I believe, here. Because Chase, who's playing at the head, who's shooting now, he is someone that loves blasting clears. If you bust out the speed radar gun, I think his clears are roughly like around 22 mph. I bought a radar gun off Amazon and returned it within the 30-day window because I hate the environment, and also I wasn't really using it very often. But what I did learn is that that's kind of what the speed of clears are. They're like roughly, hard clears are roughly 25 miles an hour. Fun fact. All right, so Carly tries to throw up another St. Pete, but it comes up short, and Chase has an option to maybe go down the alley here, treat that yellow disc as if it is a Tampa, and try to score an 8 or a 7 on the right side where Carly can't get to it because the yellow's in the way. And he overshoots that hard. Not only did he not score, but if Carly may have a line to like bump that into the kitchen if she really wants to, and what she's going for, comes up with a perfect 7 that is hidden pretty well behind that yellow up front. Not totally, but like when I was saying contrasting styles is what I'm talking about. Usually what I know from Chase's game is keep the whole board clear, and Carly and Doug's game, which is like a lot more trying to go for kitchens, trying to create messy boards that they could use their like skill to take advantage of. And yeah, we already in frame 1 have kind of an interesting situation here. I'm thinking Chase is going to try to like maybe even kitchen that, or maybe clear it hard down the edge. Yep, he's shooting kitchen speed. That is a sick shot. The black ended up rolling a hair too far to the right, but if he undershot that by like 1 inch less power, he would have had a really nice hidden 7 on the right. All right, Carly going for the same shot as last time. This time it looked like that disc curved left a little bit, whereas the prior attempt did not. Prior attempt had a little bit more speed than that one, so maybe shooting softer, it caught the drift a little bit more. But either way, Chase with the hammer, probably going to take that line down the right that he just took twice. Just definitely doesn't want to kitchen himself by overshooting. And he adjusts perfectly to the speed, gets a really nice 7 on his hammy. Yeah, so after 1, it is 0 yellow, 7 black. That feels good in frame 1 to convert on your hammer. That's like exactly, that's how you want to kick things off, is converting on the hammer. Let's see if I did that right. Looks pretty good. Yeah, I have to adjust the scoreboard a hair, but it looks pretty good. Yeah, I mean, when you miss your hammer in frame 1, it's really easy to get the get in your own head of like, oh no, I'm in a hole already after 1 frame. I missed my hammer. But that's why it mentally is really big to get that score on your first hammer. Is that a kitchen? Oh, almost a kitchen. Not what he planned. All right, 6. So, yeah, I don't think I need to adjust anything. I think it's looking good. All right, Doug with another St. Pete. A little deep, but honestly, that's fine. I think he could still probably, with the leftward drift, hide behind that if he wanted to. Oh, is that in? No, close. Doug tried to do the exact same thing as last time and kitchen that. And I don't think that could have been any closer. But yeah, really good contrasting of styles. Like he's trying to kitchen St. Pete's over here. He's throwing it with like the finesse. You know, it seems like he has the left-right drift like perfectly. And there you go. When you try to kitchen St. Pete's, that's kind of what happens. You have a chance. You have the risk of hitting it straight on because you're not clearing hard and giving your opponent a high opportunity. So Doug over here on black is going to try to shoot probably like an 8 all the way in the left corner. Oh, man, that's so good. That is a nasty hide. He gets the 7. It's maybe a hair to the left where Doug could shoot a hard clear down the outside and clip the edge of it, but that's a really risky shot that is only worth 7 points if he clears it. A much higher percentage shot is making an 8 on the right, which he does. He gets the 7 on the right. So yeah, really nice frame from both parties. Does anyone know the prize for the winner? Someone in the chat wanted to know. I don't know. The cash money for the winner. We'll get on that in a little bit. Person in the chat. We'll answer that question in a short after a short pause. All right, cool. So we got 7, 14. It is in the several tens. Oh, I didn't do that right. Womp womp. It is frame 3. Is there action on the board? No, nothing going on yet. Perfect. What am I doing? All right, 6. So frame 3, 7 yellow, 14 black. Oh, that's nice. I like that. So Chase throws up a really good St. Pete. Carly clears it in a way where she rolls it perfectly into a St. Pete of her own. A St. Pete is the name for like when you intentionally have a disc up front that you can then score somewhere on the board in the triangle that your opponent can't clear it because that block up front is in the way. So it's not just blocking up the board, it's blocking up the board in strategically placed areas to allow yourself to hide. Chase fills in, which is stopping Carly's cross-court angle, but his disc went a little bit a hair to the right, and Carly with a nasty hide. You saw that disc curve to the left a little bit at the very end, but that was really, really nice. Perfect speed, perfect left-right drift. You know, Chase can maybe see half that disc, but it's definitely not an easy shot. Let's see what happens here. He could potentially get that out and maybe roll himself in the kitchen. Yeah, really nice like power. Not really risking rolling himself. Misspelled the hell out of that. LOL. What did I misspell? I don't know what I misspelled. $100 to winning team. Thanks, Michael. Carly with a nasty hide again. Gets it maybe 2 inches to the right of her previous one, where Chase can maybe clear it again the way he just did, but makes it harder for him. Let's see if he can get it. You think he's going to smash the top? We heard he's going to smash the top one by someone in the crowd here. That's definitely a risk by going for it, but I don't know. I think if he takes the exact same line as before, he's in pretty good shape. Oh, and we got some coaching going on. So yeah, this is something that I'm a huge fan of, which is players being able to talk to each other about strategy. A lot of places don't allow coaching, but it's a team game. Why would you not allow coaching? It doesn't make any sense. So, unfortunately, I don't love the strategy guidance that he gave. He was saying try to score in front of it, but it didn't happen, and he left himself with an 8 on the left where Carly can score 2 here. And, wow, really nice play from Carly. Man, that is why she has made it to the Final Four of our Knights of Fall Singles League, because that was a really fantastic frame. She hid 2 discs in the frame and then converted on her hammer. That was really, really good. And after 4, we're at 22-14. Frame 4, 22-14. Doug with a little bit of a deep St. Pete. 22-14. Transition, and we're good. I can't tell what's misspelled. misspelled the hell out of that. Discs. Discs? All right. Where are you talking about? Huh? I don't know. Whatever. So yeah. So we're back at it. The plan right now, being down 8 with this extra hammer, because it's the 4th frame, it's still try to clear the board. And at Royal Palms, Brooklyn, clearing the board is really hard to do because we have no beads on the court. You have to really muscle it down, and clearing's hard, which is evidence why he missed it. Doug with the hide opportunity. He got a 10, and he's playing it off like that's what he wanted. But he was going for the hide, and he clipped the block up front. Yeah, that's the right move. Is clear hard. Black has an extra hammer here in this game because yellow's already had 2. Black hasn't. And yeah, clearing it. Has kind of like an easy-ish hammer here. Wide open yellow 8. And he converts really nice. Really nice. Also, let's think about here. Let's talk for a second once I update this baby here. What did I mess that up? Frame 4, 24? Oh, my God. Man, I'm a mess right now. 5 of 12, and it's 22-22, right? So people at home might be being like, why didn't he... Sorry, let me finish the score here. Jesus Christ. 5. Frame 5. 22-22, right? 22-22. Transition. Frame 5. So the question is, why didn't Doug try to... what's up? Why didn't Doug on the last shot try to kitchen that with his hammer? Because these courts at Royal Palms Brooklyn have a lot of drift on it and a lot of really weird drift. So yes, he could have played aggressive and tried to kitchen it, but recognizing that it was frame 4, if he just scored an 8, they would be tied with the same number of hammers left. He opted to just shoot it hard and clear and replace it with the 8, thinking that like I don't really need a kitchen right now, and if I go for it and I miss it, we're in a huge hole. Let me just make the easy shot worth 8, and then we'll live to fight another day with the remaining frames. So that's what he was going for. Carly has a nice Tampa on the board there. Chase is probably going to continue clearing hard, as he does. Oh, he cracked the disc. Let's go! Live on video, smash the discs in half. Show it up here. Show it up here, baby. Smash the disc. That has never happened live on camera before. Shout out to my man Chase with his hard clearing. That one must have been 26 miles per hour. It's fixable. Get the super glue, baby. I have never seen that happen here. I have broken a disc in half in St. Pete though, and it's a fun feeling. I had to chase down the tournament director and ask for both halves of the disc so that I could put it on my mantle or whatever. And the tournament director obliged. It was nice. But yeah, I've actually seen these NYSA discs chip a hair. And I think, and if this offends the person who did the work, I apologies, but I think someone like seasoned the discs, which basically means like polishing them in a certain way. And I think that what happened was that it ruined the nice save. Yeah, Doug. Hell yeah. I think what happened was it ruined the structural integrity of the disc a little bit. And because I have seen some of these discs chip, but never like that. Yeah, this is exciting. Doug with a heroic save, stopping the disc from bouncing back and making contact. And after this super drama-filled frame, it ends up with a wide open hammer for Black. Let's see if he can convert on this thing. That's too soft. Yeah, man, I think there is something that happens when the crowd's really into it. There is something that happens where sometimes you lose focus, and perhaps that's what happened. Also, I believe they re-waxed these discs before this match started, so maybe the wax is like rubbing off in a way where the discs are slowing down throughout the game. Because also Carly missed her hide attempt short, so perhaps the wax is transferring from the discs that were just waxed to the court, and they're becoming slower. But either way, both the hide and the hammer were both short. And now we're on frame 6, so I'm going to adjust this. Yeah, and sorry, I know the frame, the score was messed up before, but I think you guys figured it out. So frame 6, it's 22-22. And we're good to go. Are they changing colors now? Oh, no, after this frame. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. Oh, so yeah, so what they did. So what do you do when you smash a disc in half? Is a great question. Doesn't happen very often. But what happens is typically it'll be replaced. And there's not really I don't think there's anything in the official rules, but I think it is good sportsmanship to allow the player to shoot it once just as a practice, because in all likelihood it is going to be a different speed than the other 3 discs that are being used. So taking that one practice is just a sort of a nice way of saying, you know what, have at it. I don't want to win this game because your one disc was the wrong speed and you didn't realize it. So great sportsmanship there. What I'd be doing if I was Doug, though, is that disc that just got replaced, I'd be using that first for clears. I'd be using it for anything that's not finesse related, because at the end of the day, it probably is going to be a slightly different speed than the other 3. And I don't think Doug's doing that. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. All right, so Doug continues his journey, his dedication to kitchening St. Pete's, and misses left again because of that drift down the left side. Black decides to put up another St. Pete, give Doug another chance at doing it. Doug doesn't go kitchen speed. Yellow doesn't go kitchen speed. They're both Doug down here, so I got to stop saying Doug. Yellow doesn't go kitchen speed, but they try to clear it a little bit harder and don't get it clear. So now Black has a chance to high cross court. Pretty much exactly what he did in frame 2, I think it was. Is corner 8 hide. And that one, that looks pretty nasty to me. That's nasty. Oh, man. A little off camera, but he did point. Oh, let's go! Black pointed to his shirt, the classic Golden Tang celebration after you make a nice shot. And then Yellow with the sick bump gets himself with a 7. It was interesting, though. He didn't quite shoot kitchen speed. Those are both in? I didn't see them call it. They're both in, yeah. Both Yellow and Black are in. He didn't go kitchen speed, which is nice because he also kind of worked out well for him. I think Black is going to try to clear and replace that Yellow, leave himself with 2 hidden Blacks. Don't worry about the kitchen. Oh, he's ignoring the Yellow. Oh, no, he gets the kitchen. That thing kept going. No, it's on the line. On the line, but still, that is the perfect shot. The clear and replace the Yellow 7, and he has 2 hidden discs. That is a 10 out of 10 perfect shot. If he got the kitchen, that's the nice to have. But getting that line perfect where he has 2 hidden discs, that was incredible. And then Doug Voss. Whoa! 1. Wow. Also, a really difficult finesse shot. Goes down the left side. Gets the Black out. Avoids kitchening himself. What an amazing frame. That was incredible. All right, I'm going to pop off video for a sec because I need to adjust the score. They get more practice shots. I haven't been here all day, so I don't know the format. They get practice shots. I'm going to pop off video and then figure out what's going on here. So I'll see you guys in a sec here. Oh, I'm back. Hey, look at that. Sweet. So they changed colors. They're doing warm-up shots. I'm still working on one quick thing here. All right, sweet. So, yeah, like even though Doug made that really nice hammer, even though Yellow made that really nice hammer, Black ended up scoring 7 points on Yellow's hammer, which is like really, really great for them. So after 6, with the same number of hammer frames remaining, Yellow, the team that's now Yellow, Chase and Doug, is up 7. So really, really close game. Yeah, really close game so far. This has been a good one. Everything seems to be going smooth with the Oh, he's all right. Cool. Yeah, everything seems to be going great. All right, let's bring Drew back on here while they do 4 warm-up shots. I might have to like drag you a little bit here. So right now, Drew, I don't think you actually answered the question I asked last time. So 6 frames left. Like, what is your mentality being up 7? Are you like, just don't blow it because I'm up 7, or are you like, it's only 7 and I gotta like really like put this to bed? What are you thinking?
I mean, we've all played here on Court 5, right? So we know exactly what's going to happen. Everyone, it's like a 0 score right now. So 6 frames, 3 for each. And both of these teams are teams we've seen on this channel before. These are championship teams or teams that have been part of a championship before. And I think at the end of the day, I see Yellow taking advantage right now. They're working really hard on the particular sides of things versus just, hey, we're flipping around. And so it's been such a close match so far. The fact is they're almost at 0-0. And here we go. We have 6 frames left, and so excited to just see this thing finish out. Jeff, what do you think?
And back to you. Sweet. That was really great. Insightful commentary. I also kind of agree where it seems like Chase and Doug have a level of finesse that is really, really impressive. Carly had a level of finesse earlier in the game too, though. And Doug, I don't know, Doug is like kind of the wild card where he's like, trying to kitchen everything. A lot could happen. So really interesting to see how this goes. I really like Carly's shot there where Chase's St. Pete was a little long. Carly's like, I'm just going to throw up a St. Pete of my own and try to, play this aggressive game. Chase kind of fills it in, which is a nice shot. Oh, hell yeah. Sweet. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers to Team Fernet about it, and to friendship, and, of course, to the gold in Tangs. Nice shot from Carly. Thanks, bud. Yeah, so Carly goes for that cross-court high. The reason why I like Carly's throw up a St. Pete strategy on her first shot was that if Chase tries to fill in and undershoots it, Carly would have a perfect cross-court hide opportunity. And even though she didn't get it perfect, she's on the line, like a lot can happen here for her. Where she's down 7, she is playing this frame in the mentality of, I want to score 2 discs and get back in it. And with this messy board, she could either go for she has a couple options. She could go for the Tampa, use that as a Tampa, try to score an 8-7 on the right. She could take the same cross-court line she just took and clip hers in and get 2 8s. Or she could try to like do what Doug suggested, which is knock the yellow out and roll into the 10. That's what she went for, but as I mentioned earlier, the black part of the court curves to camera right a little bit, and she unfortunately slammed it into the black and left an 8. So now Chase, all Chase has to do is block up and try to put that 8 black in the bank here. Interesting, though. Chase blocks up the cross-court hammer path, which leaves Carly with the bump my own black into the yellow hammer shot, which is what she's going for, and she is not able to get it. Oh, man. Really, really strong frame from yellow. An example of black trying to, like, do a lot and get 2 scores and it backfiring a little bit. But honestly, I like the game plan from Black. It was just the one missed execution with that Tampa trying to kitchen it and roll into a 10 thing. But yeah, honestly, like, well played frame, just the one missed execution there. So we are on frame 8. So let me update the score really quick. Frame 8. And that was, we're looking at 37-22, I believe. 37-22. Yeah, perfect. I'm assuming that's what the score is. Frame 8, 37-22. Yeah, that looks right to me. All right, so now with the lead on yellow, it's a matter of keeping the board cleared and preventing your opponent from scoring 2. And unfortunately, yellow just whiffs at the hard clear, and shoots it to the right. So now Doug has a choice, like, do I block it up? Do I go on the board on the other side? Doug chooses to block it up with a 8, which personally I don't love because it allows yellow to clear both with one shot versus going on the board on the left and playing kitchen bait over there. And that's exactly what he does. That may have been what Black wanted, though, because now they have the clearing 2 in one shot guarantees that yellow's going to stay on the board if they get it right. And, Black wants to kitchen, so kind of worked out the way they wanted, overshot the kitchen, and yellow's going to probably continue the clearing game they've been doing. Yeah, I like, if you have a disc on the board and it's your own, and it's your shot, I like going on the board on the other side, especially if you're trying to play kitchen, to kind of keep as much distance between the 2 discs as possible. So, I don't know. To each their own, am I right? Many different ways to win a shuffleboard game. Man, Doug with the perfect speed for a kitchen, misses left a hair, leaves yellow on the sideline, but ends up with the high 8 of their own on the right. So I believe that's high. It is high, it looks like. Wasn't possible for yellow to hit it straight on, clear the black out, and replace it with a scoring 7. They end up on the line. So at the end of the day, really good result for Black. You stole the hammer. Like, that's the way you're going to get back in this game, is by stealing the hammer. So I'm going to update the score overlay. Still 37-22. And we are good to go. So yeah, Black, sensing that they're running out of a little bit of time now, it decides to start playing kitchen. Puts up a deep 10. And hoping that Chase is unable to clear it. Maybe he'll whiff like yellow did last time. Maybe he'll just leave his own disc there and give Black something to kitchen. He kind of does leave his own disc. Carly, I think the move is kitchen this and maybe even try to roll yourself into a 10. Oh my God, that line, the left-right aim was 100% spot on. She just undershot a little bit. And we're now left with a yellow 7 and a black 10. Kind of forcing Chase to play a finesse game in this frame, though, because he's going to have to clear and replace that. And if he doesn't, Carly will have another shot at that 7. Doesn't clear and replace it. Clears it out, which is honestly, I kind of like that plan, too, just sort of like minimizing the range of outcomes that this frame can have. But in the meantime, gives Carly another kitchen chance. And she overshoots it a hair. So that was exactly what Chase wanted. Was I'm gonna try to keep it simple, just clear the 10 out, give Carly another chance to kitchen it, cross my fingers, and if Carly misses, I'll just have one more chance to clear, because at the end of the day, I'm just trying to outlast my opponent at this point. Oh man, unable to clear it, and Carly with the 3rd kitchen attempt. This time on the right side of the board, where I think we've seen it drifts to the right a little bit. Looking decent. Oh, a little hard again. And now sort of a pretty simple clear and replace for yellow. The worst thing that can happen is you miss left or right and roll yourself into the negative 10. So really just come at it with a good amount of speed, try to reduce the amount of drift that catches the disc by shooting it pretty hard. Looks pretty good, and like 100% perfect clear and replace. Really, really nice shot from Chase down there on yellow. And we're going into the 10th frame, 3 frames left. Oh, there's a dog in here. Aw. 10th frame with it being 44 to 22. Okay, cool. So perfect. So, 3 frames left. Feels like this game, 22-point difference is over. But the thing that if you play shuffleboard, is that black has an extra hammer. As Doug tries to kitchen and leaves him at a 7. So black has 2 hammer frames left, and yellow only has 1. So if black scores an 8 on their hammer and 1 frame, and on their other hammer frame gets a kitchen, they are going to be in really good shape going into the last frame up. And right now, Doug has a chance down the alley to kitchen that, and that thing did not carry at all. That thing came up short. Sometimes the alleys are really slow if they don't. There's a lot of elements going on distracting your commentator right now here. Doug tried to kitchen, it came up short. For me, I kind of feel like not worrying about the kitchen there, just trying to clear in her place and have their hidden disc would have been better, because the very edges of the court sometimes are different speed because there's a lot of dust there, there's no beads or whatever. Doug needing the bump. Almost gets 2 scoring discs there, but ends up with the high 8 black. Yellow's last shot, and I think it's a matter of just clearing hard, right? Clearing hard, trying to let black get the 1 score. You're up 22. You're just trying to outlast him at this point, not let him score two discs in a frame. You don't need any heroics. Shoots it hard and shoots it to the right, just like his whiff in the 7 clear last frame or 2 frames ago. And this is what I'm talking about. 22 points when you have 2 hammers is not that much. Doug scores an 8 on the left, 16-point score. You know what I mean? Like, at this point, it's anyone's game. He's going down the alley for the kitchen. What are you doing? Oh, my God. Not the right shot. Definitely wanted the heroic shot. Wanted that wanted that comeback in this frame shot. You know what I mean? By kitchening that and scoring the 7. And yeah, that's not the way to go in my opinion. But still scored the 8 on their hammer. Now it's just up to Carly to have a big frame. $21. Oh, didn't score the 8 on his hammer, but yellow had the 7. So yeah, 51-30, still 21. They needed something big there. I'm gonna update the score really quick. Frame 11. That one did not make the lag line. Shame. What's the score? 30-51, right? No, that's not right. 51-30, that is right. Perfect. Sweet. All right, Carly going on the board. Trying to play the kitchen game. This is the frame that if Carly doesn't score 2 discs here, I think it's like over. You know what I mean? This is the moment of truth. I forgot that 7 was in the last frame. So Doug chasing it down the alley, maybe not the wrong shot. I take it back. Yeah, Gus and Jason with the consolation win. Consolation bracket is everyone that loses and Shannon Annabelle. Consolation is for everyone that loses the first game goes into a consolation bracket, whereas everyone who wins the first game stays in the main bracket. Gus and Jason, really, really impressive. Nice win from them. And then Chase, honestly, if you're trying to protect a lead, I shouldn't have said anything. I'm going to finish the sentence. If you're trying to protect a lead, you want Chase to be the person trying to protect the lead because he loves clearing hard. He's usually very accurate and whiffs right on that one. Perhaps the pressure getting to them. Carly was going for maybe a 10 there. Once again, I kind of like the increase the amount of space between those discs. It's sort of like my move. So throw a 7 or an 8 all the way on the left. Be interesting to see if Chase tries to combo the first and the second, or if he just blasts the 8. Probably just blast the 8 out, clear it hard. Doesn't clear it hard. Gives Carly with the kitchen opportunity. I mean, if Carly gets this, it's still anyone's game. But this is like a must-get kitchen. Score the 8, knock the yellow into the -10. Looks maybe a little hard. Looks pretty little hard. Gets the 8. The crowd wanted that. really, really badly. Like really, really badly. So frame 12 of 12. And we have 38, 51 to 38. 51 to 38. This one seems like it's over, but never say never. Doug is a master of the kitchen game. It won him a Thanksgiving championship way back when in 2017 or 18 or whatever. He is capable of kitchening 2 black discs if yellow whiffs. So, we saw some whiffs before, but I don't think you're likely to see a lot of them. And a really nice clear one from yellow. Doug on yellow, playing really strong this whole game. And all we need is just 3 more clears. All we really need is 2 more clears, but got nice clear. So now with the score being, the point differential being 21. No, not being 21. All right, so it's still anyone's game. So this is, what is it, 13? 23? For 13, thank you. Jesus Christ. Blame the Fernet. 13, so it's still possible if he whiffs this. And it's still possible if he kitchens and scores this. And Doug whiffs the last shot. That could be good. No, doesn't get the kitchen score. Yellow doesn't shoot a 10 with their eyes closed, which is a huge mistake. And we have new champions. Valentangs doubles tournament. I talk really highly about these players all the time. Chase is in here practicing a lot. He is a master of the clear game, often messaging me shuffleboard strategy questions in the Discord. Doug over here, really, really strong player, also been playing for a while, also a student of the game, comes in here and practices a lot. I'm super stoked for these players. Carly and Doug, who ended on black, also love these players. Carly, really strong player, is a championship league winner. Doug, as we mentioned, also championship league winner, but also past Thanksgiving champion. Carly in the semifinals of the fall NYSA singles league. I actually have to play Carly in like a week and a half from now in our semifinal match, which I am a little bit nervous about, especially because she was playing so well today. Robin being played on the PA means it's time for me to get out of here, hit the bar. Thanks so much for tuning in. Really appreciate all y'all at home watching this, supporting the channel. DM me on Discord if you have any suggestions for improvements. Also, I am dropping a shuffleboard video game 1 week from today, or maybe even less than that I've been vibe coding. That is like a really great tool to learn about strategy angles and things like that. If you are not in the league already and you're watching this, join the Royal Palms League. I'm going to stop talking. Catch y'all later. Peace out.